Imagine a palace carved in marble, shining under the golden sun. Domes glistened like jewels, and fountains sang in gardens, perfumed with roses. From the outside, it was a paradise of kings, a world of glory, wealth, and eternal power. But behind the silken veils of this beauty, there existed another world, a world of shadows and secrets, where women were caged like birds adorned with gold, but stripped of freedom. This was the Mughal Harem, and within its walls echoed silent screams that no one beyond the palace ever heard. The Mughal emperors built harems, not just as chambers of pleasure, but as fortresses of power. Hundreds, sometimes thousands of women lived here. Queens, princesses, dancers, slaves, daughters of kings captured in battle, and even women gifted as political offerings. To the world they were treasures to be admired, but inside they were pawns in a ruthless game, a game where love was scarce and survival was everything. The harem was guarded by walls higher than most prisons. The women could not step outside unless summoned. Their laughter, their words, even their footsteps were watched by eunuchs who served as gatekeepers. No man other than the emperor could cross its boundaries. Behind those gates, life appeared luxurious. Women wore silks embroidered with gold. They feasted on fruits. Jewels adorned their bodies. Yet luxury without freedom is another form of chains. The walls were velvet, but still they were walls. Inside the harem, silence was never truly silent. It was filled with whispers of rivalry, schemes, and betrayal. Each woman competed for the emperor's glance. One smile from him could lift her from obscurity to power. One frown could erase her life forever. Poison was slipped into goblets. Daggers were hidden in silk pillows. Rival queens fought not with armies, but with venomous tongues and secret alliances. Some women rose like storms, shaping the politics of an empire, while others faded into shadows. Their names forgotten, their graves unmarked. But the cruelest truth of the harem was this. For every queen who shined, there were hundreds who cried unseen, daughters of defeated kings who were torn from their homes, never to see their families again. Young girls married to power, not for love but for survival. They were expected to smile, to sing, to dance, while their hearts were buried in sorrow. Some took their own lives. Others lived in silence until death carried them away. The emperor himself was the sun around whom this universe revolved. His gaze could grant life or deliver ruin. Some emperors were kind, others were ruthless. Some allowed queens to rise as powerful voices in court, while others silenced them with cruelty. But no matter the man, the system of the harem remained the same. It was a golden cage built not for love, but for control. Think of the countless women who sat by latticed windows, staring at the gardens below, dreaming of freedom that would never come, their songs of sorrow muffled by the music of court, their tears hidden beneath layers of kohl and silk. To the world outside, the Mughal dynasty looked like glory. But inside its walls there lived a sea of broken hearts, bleeding silently. History remembers the emperors, the wars, the palaces carved in white marble, but it does not remember the nameless women whose lives were consumed in silence. The harem was a kingdom of shadows, where power was bought with betrayal, and survival meant silence. To scream was to vanish, to resist was to perish, and so the walls heard everything, yet told nothing. And today, as we walk through the ruins of Mughal palaces, we see beauty carved in stone, but never hear the cries that once echoed there. The fountains no longer whisper, the corridors no longer hide secrets. Yet if you listen closely beneath the silence, you might still hear them, the silent screams of the Mughal harem, the cries of women who lived unseen, who died unheard, and who remind us that behind every empire's glory there are always hidden wounds.